State of Decay is one of those franchises that I don't have a lot of familiarity with because I haven't played the first two games. However, after watching the Xbox Game Showcase, I've stated recently that I was definitely going to get into State of Decay and at least try these games out. I've had friends that have stated that they're really fun games, and after watching the trailer for State of Decay 3, I'm convinced to try this game out. And you would think that I would have already made the plunge into this, franchise because I'm really big into horror games. And this one definitely seems, at least with State of Decay 3, looks like they're really ramping up the sheer amount of terror that is coming, into this franchise. And it's definitely Xbox's take on going after or competing against that of The Last of Us. And you can definitely see that from the trailer, guys. And I gotta say, this was personally the kind of the dark horse trailer to me at Xbox Game Showcase. Obviously, people were really excited to see, the reveal of Fable. Lots of people were excited about Avowed, which is the Obsidian game that's coming out, that's going to take on Elder Scrolls. We were excited about, even portions of, of Halo Infinite, even though a lot of it was pretty underwhelming. There were portions that were good, but State of Decay 3 looks terrifying in a number of ways, guys. It looks like one of those really intense horror games. And State of Decay 3, after watching this trailer, it sold me on this idea that I definitely want to try these games out. Sure, we didn't get any gameplay or we didn't, get anything of that nature. But what we did see, guys, was a very well-crafted trailer, to say the least, as far as from a horror perspective. You look at this trailer, you see the girl in the beginning of it near a fire, and you see a wolf in the distance, and she screams at the wolf. The wolf runs, and then, or kind of like walks away, and then she's, walking down a pathway, following a blood trail, holding a crossbow, very much so reminiscing of like The Last of Us. And then, of course, looks up and you see that same wolf or a different wolf. It's hard to tell. I think it might have been the very well the same wolf. And what's eating it is like an infected deer, and the deer screams at her. And that was a very chilling trailer. I thought it was very well executed, probably the best trailer in my opinion at the Xbox Game Showcase as far as crafting it and from a creative perspective. And so with that though, guys, this is definitely one of my most anticipated games now, up and coming. Now, we don't know when it's coming out. I don't know if it's going to be a launch title for the Xbox, Series X, or if it's going to come out like in 2021. You can just tell though what Xbox is doing, and we've already talked about this on the YouTube channel, that they are definitely, trying to be the Netflix of gaming with Xbox Game Pass, having a bunch of exclusives, having more exclusives than anybody else out there, buying up all of these different, companies, that being, developers and such, and a lot of them have really good reputations. And State of Decay 3 looks like the competition to that of, say, something like The Last of Us. And that's exciting to me because I think added competition really brings out, your best work sometimes. And with that, we see obviously with Obsidian bringing out Avowed, they are obviously competing against Elder Scrolls. You've got now, obviously, a lot of these Xbox exclusives are actually going to look like they want to directly compete against Sony's exclusives. It's the battle of the exclusives. It's not so much, sure, it's still a battle of the consoles and these console wars that are going on, but I think it's now the battle of the exclusives. And so State of Decay 3, like I said, from an outsider's perspective looking at, knowing nothing about this franchise so far, and I'm definitely going to be changing that here shortly, but from an outsider's perspective, this is definitely a take to go up against The Last of Us, and I love it. I absolutely love that they're moving in this direction. Now, I don't know if the first two, obviously, I'd seen gameplay from the first two. I've seen, trailers and things of that nature. But this was the first one, in my opinion, that really told me that they are taking a significant approach to compete against The Last of Us. And games, of course, within the horror space that are the like. I mean, we even talk about The Medium. We talk about, Stalker 2. We talk about a bunch of these games that have like these thriller and horror elements to them. And I just look at that and I see Xbox has taken a real big approach here. And so with that, State of Decay 3, guys, this is a game that will, hopefully be coming out maybe at launch, maybe a little bit after launch, and maybe comes out in 2021. But this could be one of their flagship horror games that they have. And I think that's definitely what's going to happen here with State of Decay 3. It's interesting, and it looks very unnerving. It looks like just, a sheer amount of terror in this franchise, to say the least, as far as from just looking at this third trailer from State of Decay 3. And that's what I'm excited about, guys. I'm excited about this game, and it's definitely on my most anticipated list at this point. But what did you guys think about State of Decay 3? Are you guys excited about it? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more State of Decay 3 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.